We're going to start with the bronzer today. I'm going to show you two different options. The first one is bronzer with warm complexion and what it's going to look with a lot of browns on your face. And then the second option is going to be with a contour. I'm going to show you my favorite routine that I do every single time, and you can choose yourself which option is your favorite. I applied hydrators and my Wet n Wild foundation. Now we're going to get started with this L.A.Girl Pro Concealer. It's pretty harsh color. I mean, it's warm, and I want to place it in the back of the hand first. Grab my fluffy brush, pick a little bit on, tap it on the back of the hand because I don't really want to get a lot of color. And then finally, with the tapping motions, I will transfer this on top of the cheekbones. For my nose, I'm going to use the same contour. I guess you can place it directly over your face, or you can place the color on the back of the hand again and then just start with a brush. Let's do it with a second technique, a little bit more of the same color. I'm going to grab my angle brush and start curving my nose with this bronzer. I will bring this really close to my nose bridge. For the forehead, I'm going to skip any cream product because I don't really need a lot of bronzers in this area. We're going to use powders later on. Let's curve this out with concealer, and I'll be back to show you my powder products. Now I want to do a little bit of this e.l.f. contour palette, and I prefer mixing two different shades, this super soft beige color with this warm tone brown shade. Both of these colors are bronzers. They're not contours. And if you see browns, it means that it's bronzers. I'm going to grab a little bit of the color, tap it off, place it on the back of the hand to take any harsh lines. And then we're going on top of my previous shade with tapping motions. I'm going to the temples and then over my forehead. I'm going to do my nose contour with the same shade and with the same brush. We're going to get a little bit more color on top of the previous cream contour. And I will add on top of the nose tip the same shade. I'm going to add a little bit of blush, set my face, and add my brows. Well, guys, this is my routine with the bronzer. I want to show you what it feels like to be with warm complexion. But in case you have some problems and your foundation is a little bit orangey, or you hate when it's orangey, and your face is disconnecting with your neck, or you have to apply a lot of product to connect both your neck and your face, it's because of a lot of bronzers. That's probably going to be the reason why you have this issue. I'm just going to show you what you're going to have. It looks really pretty. It looks warm, really nice, and I have no problems with bronzers. It's definitely really good. Now let's talk about contour. I did pretty much similar routine for my foundation, concealers, and I added even a little bit of cream bronzer underneath my powders and then curved this out with a concealer. Guys, I do this every single time. I love a little bit of warmth. I think too much contour, too much bronzer can be extra for my complexion, and they're adding additional color to my complexion. But with a little bit of bronzer, I'm adding some warmth to my skin. But with a contour, I want to make sure that it's structured and I have this beautiful shadow that's gonna highlight my cheekbones and make my face look a little bit thinner. That is the main reason why I'm going with this Art-visage Eclipse Sculptor. It's natural shadow, vegan color. Honestly, I'm not sure if you have this in your stores. What you're going to be looking for is a gray contour, or ask an assistant to show you where the contours are, not bronzers, but contours, and try to find some color that's going to be extremely soft and it's almost invisible to your skin. So you can't even spot this contour on my hand because it's invisible. It's almost invisible. But when you build this up, you're going to have this invisible shadow in this area. If the color is extremely bright, I'm going to try to find the contour from Kim Kardashian when she used this bright color and it looked like a bruise. And I'm going to show you another picture of Lindsay Lohan when she wore the same contour like on the sides and it looked like bruises. That's why I encourage you to find some color that's going to be extremely soft. It's almost invisible to your skin. You can tell that it's really soft. Don't be afraid. You're going to build this later. We're going to use the same brush that I used to apply my bronzer, and I will bring the color on top of the previous bronzer. And by the way, if you don't want to use bronzer, cream bronzer underneath your powders and underneath your contour, it's okay. I mean, you can definitely skip this step. I'm just going to show you some options. Let's pad this color on, and it feels like you have no color whatsoever. It's almost invisible, but it's actually going to be amazing. By the way, I left my forehead untouched. I want to use bronzer for the forehead because, well, it's going to look weird with the with the contour on top of the forehead. We need a little bit of warmth in this area. Specifically, my personal favorite to do, but you can actually use some contour and see for yourself which option is your favorite. So you can tell that for now we have pretty soft contour. And by the way, this is a softest shade, so we're kind of building the color. And pay attention that later you're going to fix your face with a fix and spray, and then on top use a little bit of beauty blender. That is the main reason why we need a little bit more color. So there's a difference. It's no contour. This is a contour. What I really love about nose contour is that whatever you use this contour instead of bronzer, it's almost invisible, but at a daylight, you have the thinnest nose ever. And that is the main reason why I do most of the time contour for the nose. Let's pick on a little bit of the same product and the same angle brush that I used for my bronzer. Tap it off. I did not use any bronzer underneath, so my nose is technically bare and has no shades whatsoever. A little bit of concealer, a little bit of foundation, powder, and that's it. And you can tell there is a shadow. I'm going to connect this with my brows. My favorite thing is to go with a little bit of bronzer in the nose tip because I love a bit of warmth in this area. And that's it. That's going to be the way I do my normal routine. Contours on the sides, over my nose, and bronzers over forehead and the tip of the nose. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup with blush, highlighter, fix my face with a fix and spray, and then add a little bit of cream blush on top. And I'll be back to show you the final result. All right, guys, we're done with this makeup, and it's how your complexion gonna look with a contour. I added a little bit teeny tiny bronzer, and I explained this earlier, but honestly, for this side of my face, I used contour, and for the nose, contour only, and I really like it. I just gave you two options, and you're here to choose. Love you all so much, guys, and I'm going to see you in my next tutorial. That's going to be uploaded regularly next week. I love you all so much. Bye-bye.